Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explained here, bringing you guys another Q&A. It's been a minute since we've done one of these, and like usual, we're going to be starting over on the Patreon. Patrons are going to get their questions answered first, and then we will, like always, jump over to YouTube and see what you guys got going on over on YouTube. So, like usual, I tell you guys, nothing is off limits. Ask me any question you want. Usually, you guys got some really good questions, so I'm excited to see what you guys are saying now. So, over on Patreon, FBK says, "Yo, Crypto, what's good? I hope everything is well with you, brother. And if not, F it. I am grateful for what you do. Video idea: what if Kawaki uses omnipotence again, with or without Ada, to erase Shinobi history, to erase Shinobi system and history, and this leads to Kawaki's statement in the opening scene of the series." I might break that whole thing on doing fan theories, and I might cover that because I'm kind of interested on something like that. I don't think that we can like say it right now, and that's why I'm kind of saying I might. I don't think we can say that that's the route that he goes right now, simply because there's not enough data to kind of support that, in my opinion, because we don't necessarily know whether or not that's what pushes them to that point. Like, maybe people find out like that Boruto's really Naruto's son, they figure it out the same way that like Shikamaru did, and like it pushes Kawaki into something like that, saying "you damn Shinobi." Maybe it's something like that. I don't know, man. You know, part of the reason why I decided to cut off doing the fan theories and fan submitted theories is a lot of people are starting to get the wrong idea about the channel. At its heart, this is a discussion channel, it's a lore channel. I do a lot of Boruto manga discussions, and you have some people who have shown they have an IQ that is below the average. I think the average IQ is like 90 to 100 or something. You have a lot of people that can't really tell the difference between a discussion and a theory. I can discuss whether or not Kawaki should go save Himawari, or whether or not Kawaki should feel guilt for Inojin dying. That isn't a theory, but you'll have people that say that. So I kind of scaled it back, and also like I've seen some stuff being sent where people over on like Reddit and Facebook and etc. have said like, hey, you know, his fan base is stupid for the fan theory of, is the cyborg in the coffin Hashirama, or different things where they're kind of attacking. I don't want that for our community, so that's why I've scaled back. Like, if you'll notice in a lot of the videos, I'll say, hey, this is a discussion, or this is a lore video, then give the source and etc. We're just doing a soft reboot and incorporating more lore and community videos and stuff of that nature. You've probably noticed it through 2024. It's still Boruto heavy because that's what a majority of my audience wants. So if this ends up being the case, I'll come back and I'll screenshot this one and I'll do the video, and you'll be the first fan theory video that I do to bring back. KC Forever Boy _80 says, how much do you think Himawari could surpass Naruto in strength and mastery over and the Nine Tails? So ironically, I just talked about this. And I just uploaded a video on this as of this recording, matter of fact. I think that you stand a chance because of the fact that Himawari's gaining Kurama's chakra is different than a normal Biju resurrection, and having it sealed inside of a person. I said in the video that I just posted earlier that she kind of shares some similarities like with people like Jura, where Jura is the Ten Tails seemingly personified, which I did a collaboration with King Bullet, and we theorized that Ten Tails was more than likely going to be who Jura was. But I think that more than likely she's going to surpass Naruto, and I think it's going to be by a wide margin, because Himawari, genetically, she's got the jackpot. Like, her father carries the lineage of the descendants of Ashura because he is a distant relative, even though the Senju have a closer tie to Ashura. And then when you get to Hinata's side of the family, they've got the strongest blood ties to Kaguya herself. And both of Himawari's parents, they have chakra from Kaguya's two children. And that's important to keep in mind because they got their chakra after Kaguya ate the God Tree fruit. So that's some very potent chakra, and we know that the Earth's chakra fruit is high. So I kind of look at it and I go like, dude, I think that Himawari, as much as it's going to piss people off, as much as people are going to meme that like Neji is right, I think that Himawari is going to surpass Naruto. It just comes down to how quickly does she master the power, because it's not going to be like a instant, like, oh my God, Himawari is shattering the earth with a punch and all this other stuff. Like, I think she's gonna have to learn to control that power. I don't think she's gonna stumble and bumble like Naruto did, because she's not a crayon eater like Naruto was. So Zeko says we're gonna have other Otsutskis, like new ones, not like Shibai, and maybe we'll see Toneri again. So I don't think you see Toneri again. You know, like the Boruto movie novel basically makes it known, like Sasuke did go to speak to Toneri when he was looking into more information about the Otsutsuki, and this is the Boruto movie novel, by the way, but Sasuke is looking for information into the Otsutsuki. They had the conversation. The narrator just says that they spoke to Toneri. He couldn't give more information about the Otsutsuki clan. Obviously that changed in the anime, but I don't think that you see him relevant in the manga. That's just me personally. As far as for whether or not there are other Otsutsuki, you still have that Chekhov's gun that has not been addressed yet, which is those 2 damaged tablets that were on Ishiki's hologram wall, and like Sasuke touched all of them except for those 2. Like, that's a big Chekhov's gun. And there are 2 other Otsutsuki that we have not been made aware of. I've done like a video looking at like the folk tales, because all of the Otsutsuki, they have those Taro folk tales. So I'll leave that video linked in the end credits, or not in the end credits, but in the description box for you guys, so you can check that one out. Now, I do think that at the bare minimum, we're seeing those 2. I think the other Chekhov's gun that you have is Kawaki Asamato. Hey fam, is it possible that if I put this karma seal onto the clone of your daughter, are we going to be in a situation where we have another Otsutsuki? I think that whenever Kawaki does that, we're going to have another Otsutsuki, and Amato is going to have some answers to start offering up, which the man always has answers. So Kakashi, copy that in one take. Chris Bell, what's up, brother, man? He says, honestly, brother, I always give it my all to send you some serious, full-fledged idea to ponder on. That you damn sure do. Or excuse me, how are you and the fam? And well, my question is, what do you hope to achieve for yourself this year that you haven't had a chance to do, or something new that is, or hold on, wait a second, hold on. I know I ain't fucking dyslexic. Hey, no shade of nobody dyslexic, man. Let's see. Or something new that is you, okay, that you would like, you mix the words up, okay, so that I would like to go and pursue. Well, first of all, man, the fam is doing well, man. Just went out of town last week to spend some time with my nephew for his preschool graduation. He graduated on the army base, which is kind of cool. Love going on base. A lot of anime fans on base, by the way. But I got a chance to see him graduate. One of his teachers was freaking hot, and I kicked myself for not dressing better to that graduation, because I totally would have hit on her if I had the chance. And you know, we got a chance to take him for his birthday and everything, and he's like a big fan of trains, and he's a big fan of fish. So we took him to the aquarium, and we took him through some of the train rides. That was kind of fun to see that, man. As far as for what I hope to achieve myself this year, I've got some lofty goals just on YouTube. So on my original channel, KRYPTONIAN SAIYAN, which I'll be renaming, and probably by the time you guys are seeing this video, not sure. But over on that channel, like the goals to hit 150,000 subscribers. We're at 102,000. YouTube literally just sent me the plaque for that one, so that's, you know, that's my baby right there. So I'll be putting that up on the wall. Straw Hat KRYPTONIAN SAIYAN, which I'm gonna rename to One Piece Explained to keep it more continuity between the different channels. That one, the goal is to get that one to 10,000 subscribers. I'm running a little behind because I have not recorded like my new batch of blind reviews for the One Piece chapters, because as you guys can tell from the videos, you know, I've been editing a lot more of the content here on Naruto Explained outside of like the videos I do on premieres, that 2.5 hour video, and the Boruto chapter review. You know, we tightened the purse strings a little bit only because I got some extra responsibilities, but I'm hoping after I get this IRS bill kind of off my back, self-employment taxes are a real thing. Being completely transparent with you guys, like I end up owing like $11,000 more than what I thought I was gonna end up having to pay. And between some of the obligations I have with my family right now, from my family being back in court over a land dispute, trying to protect family property so my mom doesn't lose her home, to, again, I totally understand some of the situations that Drake had but for right now, you know, I've scaled back, but we're getting out the dark now. I'm really hoping for probably fourth quarter, so that'd be like September, October. I'm really hoping for things to really kind of pick up there, because I got some editors chomping at the bits, and I got some really crazy topics I need to have edited by others, because my own editing is not good enough for that. Like this Mamoru Chia video essay, I want it to feel the same way stylistically like the Sarada video essay that I did. And it's the same thing with the huge Kakashi video that I have planned. Now, like as far as personally, dude, man, my goal is to at some point to just take a vacation. Like I've not had a vacation since, I want to say 2017, where I've just been able to just go somewhere and chill out for a week and not really do any type of work. And like 2017 was like the last year before KRYPTONIAN saying really started getting traction. I started putting a lot of extra free time into that channel. And then in 2018, we ended up making Naruto Explained, and you guys see the upload frequency over here. So I just really want to just go somewhere, chill out for a week. If the Boruto chapter drops, or there's a Chainsman chapter or Jujutsu Kaisen chapter, because I have a guy who edits those videos, I'll be able to just record it, chop up the audio, send it to him, and kind of just go from there and just be able to relax, because it's been full stop. Like between like the time I was working in politics and working 45 to 50 something hours a week, and then doing YouTube at night and everything, I've just not slowed down to just smell the roses. Like even with this last weekend with my nephew and everything, like I still kind of had to work a majority of the time that I was out with him. Like I made time for his preschool graduation, and I made time for like stuff like his birthday party and taking him to the aquarium and stuff like that, and like the train ride. But like as soon as I got back to the hotel room and everything, like I was up until like 3-4 o'clock in the morning working and editing. Now for Naruto Explained, and we'll move on to the next question after this. For Naruto Explained, the goal was to hit 600,000 subscribers by the end of the year. My partner manager gave me a pretty good plan for that. He really suggested, hey, start doing more premieres, start doing more live streams. Some of the advice I've gotten from a few channels that I'm not going to name, they've given me a similar set of advice that my guys over Anime Balls Deep gave me, which was, hey, you really need to make your titles more appealing and eye-catchy, you know, walk the line of being a little clickbaity. And I'm 50-50 on it, because like on one hand, like I do the exaggerate titles to an extent. I try to make sure the titles still reflect the topic of the video, but don't give away the title of the video. But like at the source of my heart, like I just really just want to title something like 15 facts about Mamoru Chia, or the Mamoru Chia iceberg goes deeper than you think. I would rather do something like that opposed to doing something like the truth about Madara you don't know, or do something like what Sasuke really meant by restore the Uchiha clan, instead of saying something like Sasuke failed to restore the Uchiha clan and put a question mark to it. You know, I don't feel comfortable doing that. You know, when I write titles like that, or the really over the top ones, I just start laughing, because my inspiration was Comics Explained and Stupendous Wave. They would just title something why Darth Vader was scared to fight Yoda, or how Deadpool destroyed the Marvel Universe. But you know, like a channel that has more subscribers than Anime Balls Deep, I'm not going to name out of privacy reasons, and even my partner manager said like, hey, like unless you already have a substantial built-in audience where your floor is 100,000, you really can't do something like that, because that's a 2015 YouTube meta. The only thing you should care about are the dislikes, and most importantly, the retention. Which, as a side note, like last year we had a record for watch time and for retention and for shares, despite publishing fewer videos from the year prior. So that's why I say like I'm a little conflicted, because like on one hand, like I don't really see like the substantial view increase or whatever, but on the other hand, like I see the retention is going up. So I kind of feel like you guys will rock with me regardless as to what I put for whatever title. So we'll move on to the next question, man. I can talk about this all day, because I'm very conflicted using this meta. Let's see. Kakashi, copy that in one take. Chris Bell says, keep up the amazing work, my brother. You and your editors have been excellent. Hey, once again, outside of 95% of the shorts that you see and damn near every video uploaded on the month outside of a premiere or that 2-hour Boruto video or the chapter review, it's edited by me. It's going to be that way for at least the next few months. So no editors yet. Again, I got a whole staff that has been very patient with me while I get my affairs in order, and I very much appreciate them because like there's 10 guys right now that are chomping at the bits, and I'm looking for 2 more US based editors who can mimic their editing style. So if you are a US based editor and you have a portfolio of work, email me in my business contact and we'll, start talking from there, because I'm looking for a couple more people to hire on as 1099 contractors, strictly for the purpose of doing editing. Depending on how long it takes to get the editing and everything done, like I've paid one guy who does editing for me on KRYPTONIAN SAIYAN, and he does the Boruto chapter reviews. He's making an easy $1,000 to probably $1,200 a month. I'd have to sit down and crunch numbers, but that sounds about right off the top of my head. And because of the country he's in, I mean, that's a lot of money in this country. But I'm looking for a couple more US-based editors. So hit the About tab on my channel and email me and send me your portfolio. Jalston says, if Delta does have a karma, what do you think will be the implication if Kawaki is defeated and absorbed and reborn through that karma? Would that be a way to make him more powerful without actually training? So I got excited for a second until I thought, right? So I get what you're saying and it makes sense. However, the problem with that is that karma seal that will be getting put on Delta. It isn't Kawaki's data. Amato specifically put his daughter Akibi's data in it. I kind of understand why you would think that, but I don't think that that's going to be the case there. I really don't. All right, so we're gonna go over to YouTube now. All right. Let's scroll down. There we go. All right, so over on YouTube, we're getting into you guys' questions. 224 comments. All right, because I'm not gonna be able to get through all 224, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through as many of these I can before I've got to cut the computer off, and I'll just come back next week with another Q&A, and that will be a continuation of this one. That way we can get through more of the comments and etc. So there'll just be an extra Q&A and everything this month opposed to last month, because this was a great response. I mean, I'm humble, man. 224 comments, man. Just questions. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay. Red Hot Nova 20, and I pinned this one. I broke my rule of not pinning because I saw that when I said, hey, I gotta pin this because my man is holding down my other channel, KRYPTONIAN SAIYAN, and he's a Chainsaw Man fan. He gets a double heart, double W victory. Red Nova 20 says, big fan of your Naruto and Chainsaw Man videos. Keep up the good work. My question is, how do you come up with your ideas for your videos, and how often do you plan ahead for your videos, even for the future of your channel? So I'm gonna be completely transparent with you guys. So like for the way I plan videos, it's very simple. So the first half of the month is gonna be videos like this, or it's a community response, or it's a Q&A, it's a Boruto manga discussion, or it's a Naruto lore video. We just kind of mix it up at the first 14 to 15 days of the month, and then the back half of the month you get the Boruto spoilers, the promotional spoilers, you get the Boruto manga review, you get the Boruto chapter discussion. So for the second half of the month, I'm kind of at the mercy of whatever happens with the chapter. Over on my other channel, I kind of plan out the videos according to whatever anime season's going on. For Naruto Explained, another thing that I do is I have a spreadsheet of lore topics. So stuff like how Itachi and Shisui met for the first time, how Gaara was almost assassinated after the Fourth Ninja War but before Boruto the movie, things like that. I have a spreadsheet, and what I basically do is I just go through and I look to see which videos I have and have not recorded. I have a check by the ones that I have recorded, and when I get back around to using editors, I usually record very far in advance. Like in 2023, I had videos that you saw in October that were already done and been put up as previews on Patreon, as far back as March of 2023. You didn't see them publicly here until October. So once I get back to working with my editors and everything, we'll be back on that. But basically, I have videos in folders. I have a calendar on my desktop that I have like the video title and everything on it, and I just upload according to that. So I'm very methodical, like just on that spreadsheet by itself with just lore topics. So like no Boruto theories, no Boruto manga discussions, none of that. I've got a 30-page spreadsheet of just Naruto topics and video essays and explained videos and things of that nature that I haven't gotten around to doing. Versus battles, ranking videos, etc. Like there's a lot that I haven't done. Like I'm good at Boruto ends. Just off of that material alone, like there's a solid 2 to 3 years worth of material. And when you factor in doing it for Boruto, it really just comes down to whether or not like there's still gonna be interest there for it. But even if it isn't, I'm passionate about it and I'm good with just continuing to do it. Okay. 3 questions. I'm gonna go through these. Anime Classic says, what is your favorite character from Boruto and Naruto aside from the main? So, fun fact, and I know this has pissed some people off in the past, and I don't care if it pisses you off. My opinion is my opinion. We're allowed to have different opinions. Naruto is not my favorite character in the Naruto manga. In fact, most shonen series that I read, I do not like the main character in the sense that they're not my favorite character. The 2 biggest examples of series where the main character is my favorite character, that will be Yusuke from Yu Yu Hakusho, and that would be Kenshin from Rurouni Kenshin. And even then, Saito is my second favorite character, and I go back and forth between him and Kenshin. I enjoy Naruto. I enjoy 12-year-old Naruto. I enjoyed Naruto up until that prophecy, that child of prophecy stuff. And then once Naruto went through the shift right there, I lost interest for a bit. He kind of slid down my list, and then I very much enjoy Hokage Naruto. But my favorite Naruto character, it shifts between these 4 characters. It's Kakashi, it's Madara, it's Sasuke, and it's Obito. For Boruto's tricky. So I don't mind Boruto, and like there are parts of Boruto's personality that remind me of how I was before I matured, which is to be expected. Like, I mean, I'm Konohamaru's age. Boruto, it's like 12, 13, 14, 15, depending on what part of the timeline you're in. So, but real talk though, man, my favorite Boruto character, I enjoy Sarada a lot. I really enjoy Sarada's character. And you can probably tell from that video essay I did on Sarada's character. Like it was like a 38-minute video essay. I went through a lot with their character writing. Strongly recommend that one. Let's see. Second question, what is your favorite waifu and Boruto and Naruto? Damn it, if only I thought to get that done as thumbnail artwork. Yo, I could have done something with that, man. My artist is on break right now for the weekend. Otherwise, man, I could have, I should have recorded this earlier. Like, so my favorite waifu in each series, I would have had adult Hanabi on one side, right? You would have had like the Naruto Explained avatar, and I'd be wearing a suit and all that, right? And I'd have Hanabi on one side, and then I would have on the other side from the Naruto manga, I have Tsunade on there. Like, man, I'd be good, man. What, you can't tell me nothing. And the only reason I like Tsunade, right? Like, granted, I am a breast guy, so that's part of it. But Tsunade is one of those characters where when I was reading Naruto's manga, she reminded me of my 11th grade English teacher who she took over because the English teacher that was assigned to me was on maternity leave because she was pregnant and then she was taking time off and etc. So she wasn't there for that whole first semester. And I was suspended for like the first 4 or 5 weeks of our 9-week period. So I went in thinking, yo, I've already failed. I already know this stuff anyway. Like, cause like she would put the words or the vocabulary up, and like she called me out and she said, you know, why aren't you paying attention? I said, I already know these words. I'm not like these other idiots. And here's the thing, right? I used to be a little asshole. I used to be quiet, but when I would speak, I would be a little asshole. But she didn't give up on me. She was the only teacher I had in high school who looked at me and said, you're smart. And I know you're smart. And that's why you're getting in trouble. And then she was part right. That wasn't why I was getting in trouble. There were some other factors. But, you know, she brought it up to my guidance counselor. And, you know, like, that's how eventually, like, my 12th grade year, you know, I get that IQ test done. And that's how I find out my IQ. So it's one of those things. Like, Tsunade reminds me of her a lot. Like, the way that she would be so hard on Naruto and wouldn't take none of his stuff when Naruto was a little brat. That's how my English teacher was for me. And I say it until I'm blue in the face, man. Like, that woman saved my life, because I could have ended up on a different track, because like, I had already met the cousin of mine that was in jail, and he had, you know, told me like, look, man, you too smart to be doing all this stuff. You got a future. I ain't got one. You don't want to end up in here, etc., etc., etc. And I didn't really give too much thought into it. And that conversation with her, and then some things that happened after the fact, really played a role in me getting my stuff together. And I've always wanted to say something to her, and I've just never done it, because, oh man, I've just never done it, because like, I want to stand in front of her and be able to say like, man, I am successful and it's because of you. And I know you can be hard. I know that your teaching style is not for everyone, but damn it, if it wasn't for you, I would not be here. And like, my mom's like told me like, you should send her a message, you know, you should get her email address from the school and everything, and, you know, just let her know. And I don't know if it's maybe because I pedestalized her so much, but there's so much more I want to be able to do before I can go to her. But you know, tomorrow's not promised. You know, I might say it now I'm thinking about it, but that's a big weight on me, man. Like, I really want to be able to kind of show her that. You guys are getting some Naruto Explained lore for this one, man. All right, man. So the next question: how did you start your channel? What motivated you? So really fun fact on this one for the new subscribers, because, you know, I still get people that they come across at KRYPTONIAN SAIYAN channel like, oh my god, this is Naruto Explained. I didn't know you had another channel. I was like, yes, I had another channel. So over on KRYPTONIAN SAIYAN, I started that account because I wanted to cover comic books, and I wanted to cover anime and manga that I was interested in, right? And one of the things that ended up happening was the Naruto videos really started picking up. Like, I would be getting between 500 to 3,000 views on videos that weren't Naruto content. And I had a couple of things that happened right before the channel blew up. I had Swag Kage comment on a video and say, hey, like, I love the video. I hope your channel blows up. Good luck on the channel. And that kind of gave me inspiration to keep going, because I was getting frustrated that like I wasn't breaking through, and I was making the mistake that a lot of up and coming YouTubers make, which is I was comparing myself to channels like Swag Kage, right? To channels like Geekdom 101. All of a sudden, the content started rapidly picking up, where the One Piece reviews where I used to be on camera, those were jumping up to 2,000 to 5,000 views depending on the chapter. The Naruto videos, like I had one video overnight, and I crap you not, I had one video overnight, and this is before the trending page, I believe. Why do Uchiha clan dislike Minato? That video went from sitting at 4,000 views to I woke up and that video had 36,000 views. And then 4 days later, that video had 500,000 views, and it's privated now, but that video's at 3 million views. And before I just privated all of the Naruto content on KRYPTONIAN SAIYAN, that video was still getting views. And I'm not exactly proud of that one, because I was not as comfortable talking on the mic as I was back then. In fact, I was recording on my Samsung cell phone because I did not have a microphone at the time. And the same thing when I used to be on camera, I would be using my cell phone. And OG subs, they remember I used to drop the camera a lot. But that video is exactly why I don't give up on a video and judge it after it's uploaded the first 7 days. I tend to go back a year to 18 months later and see if there's any traction there. I'll check on it periodically once every couple of months and change the title and thumbnail and see what goes there. If it's still getting impressions, I don't touch it. That's how some of the videos like Why is Sasuke Out of Chakra went from barely cracking 15,000 views the first week it was uploaded to that video's well north of 100,000 now. Same thing with like Who is Metal Lee's Mom? I think that video is like at 78,000 or something like that. The 15 strongest Boruto characters video was at 12,000 views the first week it was out, and I believe that one now is up to I believe 48 to 50,000 views. You know, to you new YouTubers out there, don't delete your videos. Just keep playing. Look at your data. Look at the retention. If the retention is high, leave it alone. Change the thumbnails. change the title. And as long as you're continuing to get impressions, that means that YouTube is still suggesting it to people. Once your impressions stop, then yeah, sure, you need to think about, hey, why did this video fail, and adjust from there. Too many people make the mistake of judging themselves according to the outliers. Like, for instance, like, it takes 134 videos on average to get to 5,000 subs. In order to get to 100,000 subs, on average, it's 840 videos. To get to 1,000,000 subs, it takes 3,850 videos, and that's videos. That's not counting shorts. That's just long form videos. Anyone who hits those milestones with less uploads than that, they are an exception to the rule. And for clarification, YouTube does not separate in the total number of uploads on your channel the difference between shorts and videos. So if you're doing a bunch of shorts, that number doesn't apply to you because it's counting everything in it. You don't measure yourself according to the exception. The exception doesn't make the standard. And had I given up, like, I never would have gotten here at this point. I was too busy looking, saying like, hey, why is this video on the same topic getting 100,000 views, and not necessarily looking at, has YouTube found the right audience for me, and have I done enough to reach that audience? Because here's the reality of doing YouTube. Like, 1,000 views, 90% of videos uploaded on the platform don't hit that. 0.7% of videos on the platform, so less than 1%, hit 100,000. But it just goes to show you, like, you don't measure yourself against the outliers, because if you do that, you never appreciate where you are, you never see how far you come, and most importantly, it's easy to get discouraged. And that's a big part of the reason why one thing that I will do is, when I look through my analytics and YouTube tells you what channels your audience are watching, when I see someone that is an up-and-coming creator and it says my audience is watching, I'll go to their channel, I'll watch a couple videos. If I like it, I leave a sincere video saying, not video, but comment saying, hey, really love the content. I hope your channel blows up, because I know what that did for me. You might be giving somebody a compliment right when they're thinking about quitting, like that meme of like that guy digging through the tunnel and he stops just before he gets to the treasure. I was literally about to quit. I saw that comment. I kept making content after that, and 2 months later, I started noticing, hey, my One Piece videos are going up. Hey, my Naruto videos are going up. Hey, my Naruto videos are going up a lot. So you just never know. That's why I try and be supportive of creators when I come across those that I enjoy their content. So anyway, what ended up happening is I ended up losing that channel for about 9 months. And the playlist I had on that channel was called Naruto Explained. And I got some really great advice from Roberto Blake, where, you know, he had told me, it's like, hey, I like your content, and I think the thing that's really holding you back is you're talking about all these other anime, and you clearly have something with the Naruto content. And like, Naruto's cool, and I know you're not really big on Boruto, because by that point in time, I had dropped both the Boruto manga and the anime. But anyway, this is what he says. I think you need to give Boruto another chance and consider making content about Boruto. And that was the best advice I ever got. The best advice I ever got. That was part of the reason why I started, okay, let me pick up Boruto's manga and see what's going on here. And so I started Naruto Explained, and it was because it was a playlist on the channel. It's not because I'm arrogant enough to say, oh my God, I know everything about Naruto. No, I don't. I know a lot. If you talk to me in person, I can start spouting off chapter numbers and volume numbers. So if I don't know the chapter number, I damn sure know the volume that something happened in. The guys at ABD can attest to that, and a couple other people who do Naruto content. Like, I can go through DMs and pull receipts. But that's how you got this channel called Naruto Explained. It was just a playlist on the other channel. And I just wanted to kind of take advantage of the brand awareness to let people know, like, hey, you know, this channel's back up and running. It's only gonna be Naruto content. That's how I ended up breaking things up and doing the One Piece channel by itself. That was the second biggest series I talked about. And then I changed the format over there. Instead of being on camera, it's just podcast style reviews until I can start doing evergreen content over there. And that was reviewing every One Piece chapter from chapter 1 blindly. But that's basically what led to Naruto Explained being a thing, man. So Breeze 06 says, well, this is gonna be a long one. Not your question, but this Q&A. How would the events of Shippuden change had Zabuza and Haku survive their encounter with Team 7 in the bridge? Would Naruto find his ninja way? Would Zabuza become Mizukage? Would he and Haku help Kakashi and Jiraiya fight the Akatsuki. So that's like the easy, and I'm not gonna say easy, that's like the craziest thing, right? Like Zabuza and Haku are so damn tricky. Because usually when you start a series, like you start off like some low level opponent, Zabuza and Haku could fight some of the people that we had in Shippuden. And that is crazy that Kishimoto started things off with characters that damn strong to where at the end of Naruto Part 1, Zabuza and Haku, they're whooping Final Valley, Naruto and Sasuke. They're whooping the Sound 5, the versions of the Sound 5 that you had there, because they only scale up to Special Jonin and Himawari when he goes into his transform and his curse state 2 and etc. That's still one of those funky things where like he's in that Jonin tier, but like Zabuza and Haku were in that category that Kakashi was in, where they were Jonin level and approaching Kage level. And like Naruto and Sasuke weren't at that point yet. So the idea that like 27 volumes into the series, the first series antagonists are still relevant power-wise, like that's unheard of, especially because they're dead. So with Zabuza become Mizukage, I don't necessarily, I mean, if he survived, because he did seem like he was changing. And if Haku was there, it's possible that, you know, he tried another coup, because that was the whole reason, you know, he was taking mercenary work. So I mean, it's possible that he did something like that, but like around this time, like May was already seizing power, because what was going on in the Mist Village, like they're in the process of that, or rather they're in the process of building towards it. So I don't know, maybe he goes in and helps. That'd be interesting. As far as Naruto's ninja way, I'm not sure if he gets his ninja way at that point in time. I think it might be some point afterwards, because Zabuza and Haku dying played a huge role in him getting his ninja way. So that'd be interesting. I might do a what if on that. You got my wheels turning on that, man. Or Surge _ 9031 says, I think Kurama is unaffected by omnipotence because he seems to retain his memories. You would be right, but you can also say no, because perhaps when Damon tried to attack Himawari in Part 1, maybe that's the moment that Kurama started his reappearance, and it happened before omnipotence. So I know, I think that Kurama's unaffected. I've done a video on that. Strongly recommend that one. Stephen King 2895 says, do you think the conversation Naruto and Team 7 had about whirlpools in the Spiral of Destiny novel will have any relevance? And that's a good, and Boruto 2 Blue Vortex, that's a good ass question. I'm gonna give you a heart for that. Damn, that's a good question. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about, man. Like, cause like the stuff that you saw with the Minato one shot, some of that's relevant now. And some of the stuff from Naruto Shippuden and Spiral of Destiny, some of that same theme is relevant now. When you start looking at what you're saying with the whirlpools, and when you look at the Minato one shot, it might, because I can see some of the seeds being planted for that. Watch the Naruto Shippuden videos. Go through the trilogy. They're on the homepage. Strongly recommend you do that. Assuming, of course, that you guys haven't already done that. Now, real quick, because I'm adding this in post-recording, I'm going to stop the Q&A here, and I'm going to break this up, and I'm going to just continue answering your questions next, because this is approaching a 40-minute Q&A so far. And I try to keep the Q&As between 30 and 40 minutes. So if I didn't get to your question now, it will probably be on the next one that I do either next week or later this week. I really enjoy doing this Q&A session with you guys, though. Like, it's really good just to, you know, kind of peel back the curtains and let you guys see like the real Naruto Explained, you know, kind of talk to your best friend, the best friend, and answer your questions. You know, sometimes you guys ask me questions about like your own life situation, or you want to know more about me. It's humbling nonetheless, man. I cannot understate that. These Q&As, they're therapeutic for me, just to be able to interact and engage with you guys. You know, because at the end of the day, I'm not going to be like one of these bougie ass channels that feels like they're too good to read comments and reply to comments or do stuff like this, where the only way that you get questions answered from me is if I do a live stream and you super chat and etc. I ain't going to do that. Like, eventually I am going to start streaming. My partner manager has been crawling up my ass on it. And one of my patrons, Kenobi, that's my guy right there. He's been on me to start streaming. Shouts out to Kenobi. That's my boy right there. But I don't think that like I'm above doing Q&A sessions. I think that anybody that feels that those are a waste of time, I don't think that they truly value the audience. And that's just my honest to God opinion. I know how much I enjoy it when one of my favorite creators responds to me on my private account. And so I want to give back to you guys in that same way. Because at the end of the day, you guys have helped me more than you know. And I love each and every one of you for it.